Hello students, so this is our video number part 5 and in today's video we are going to study about spectrum. Okay, so in our previous class already we have discussed about electromagnetic spectrum that is obtained from electromagnetic radiation. So the same thing here we will learn about the spectrum. So before starting this part, we have to know about two types of light. One is monochromatic light and second is polychromatic light. So what is monochromatic light? In simple, monochromatic light means the light which is having only one color. Okay? So actually monochromatic light consists of radiation of only one wavelength. Okay, monochromatic light consists of radiation of only one wavelength, and that's why it is having only one color. And poly means what? Many. So the polychromatic light consists of many radiations having different wavelengths, and that's why polychromatic light consists of different colors. Okay, for example, the sunlight. Normally we can't see any color for sunlight, we see it as white, but actually it is a combination of 7 colored lights known as VGL, right? So here now let's come to discuss what is spectrum. So spectrum is actually a band of various colored radiations or various colored radiations, okay, various wavelengths. Spectrum is actually, it is having a band, or a pattern of different wavelengths. That means what? We have to discuss the spectrum, or we can discuss the spectrum only for the polychromatic light, because only polychromatic light consists of various wavelengths. Okay, so that's why as we are discussing here about the arrangement or the pattern of different wavelengths or radiations, so here we have to discuss about the polychromatic light. And before studying spectrum, another thing we have to know is spectrometer. What is spectrometer? Spectrometer is the device that is used to analyze this arrangement or this pattern of radiations. Okay, so the device is called spectrometer. So what are the things by which spectrometer is made of? The spectrometer consists a prism in it. Okay, consists a prism in it which helps in the splitting of light or in the dispersion of light. Okay, and there is one photographic plate to record or to observe the arrangement or the pattern of different radiations in it. Okay, so these are two important part of spectrometer. One is the prism, another one is the photographic plate. Clear? Okay, now next, so spectrum, so the definition of spectrum is what? Spectrum is actually the arrangement or the pattern of different radiations that is obtained by using a spectrometer that consists of a prism and a photographic plate. Okay, so from the photographic plate, this arrangement or this type of pattern we can get, which we have to observe carefully to notice that in which wavelengths we are getting the radiations. Okay, so this is called spectrum. Now next we have to study the types of spectrum. So what are the types of spectrum? So there are mainly two types of spectrum. One is emission spectrum, another one is absorption spectrum. So first we will discuss about emission spectrum. Okay, so what is emission spectrum? So emission spectrum is obtained by the radiation that is emitted from an excited substance or excited body, like incandescent means bright, okay, like incandescent, solid, liquid or gas. So first of all, you need a source, right? You need a source of light from where the light can emit. So what can be the source for this type of spectrum? The source is like incandescent or any bright, solid, liquid or gaseous substance. Okay. So from that source, when the light is coming out, then the light, it should be allowed to pass through the prism at first. So after passing through the prism, as it is a polychromatic light, so it will be splitted into various wavelengths or different wavelengths, and after that, when that splitted wavelengths, it will fall on the photographic plate. From there we could observe carefully, or we could observe very evidently the wavelengths of the radiations that are present in that spectrum. Okay, so emission means actually what? Emission means the light or the radiation that is coming out from an excited body. Okay, when that emitted radiation is analyzed by a spectrograph, it is called emission spectrum. Just as simple as that. The emitted light coming from an excited body, when it is analyzed by a spectrograph, it is called emission spectrum. Clear? And the second type is absorption spectrum, that I am discussing later. So now there are also two types of emission spectrum depending on the source. Okay, depending on the nature of the source. As I have told, before starting this, we need a source of light. So depending on the nature of the source of light, there are two types of emission spectrum. So the first one is continuous spectrum. Okay, the first one is continuous spectrum. So what is continuous spectrum? What does it mean by continuous? That means what? That whenever we are getting the wavelengths or different radiations in the photographic plate, all will be found in a diffused pattern. Just for example, suppose we have taken sunlight, okay, or we have taken the light coming from an electric bulb, or the light that is coming from a white molten metal. So this type of light, when it is passed through a prism, just remember, initially the light is having no color, it is white colored. Okay, so after passing of this light through the prism, there will be dispersion of light or splitting of light. So just example, suppose this is the sun, there is the prism. Okay, now the light, this is the ray of the light that is coming in this way. Now after falling on one side of the prism, it will be splitted into 7 colored lights, right? It will be splitted into 7 colored lights. Now there is a photographic plate that has been placed for recording the pattern. So now after dispersion, when the lights will go, or it will come out from another side of the prism, so it will again bend and make a pattern on the photographic plate. Okay, so these 7 colored lights, these are called Vyvgir. So here the order will be like this. So this one, the upper colored line is actually red, and the lower, that is violet, because the violet colored light, it has, the drawing is not proper actually here. So the violet colored light, it has the least value of wavelength, so it will bend more, and the red colored light, which is having highest wavelength, that will bend the least. Okay, so by this way it will form a spectrum. So this is called, this band or this pattern of 7 colored lights or 7 different radiations, this is called the spectrum. So now this spectrum is called continuous spectrum as well as emission spectrum. Why emission? Because the light is emitting out, or the light is coming out from sun, that's why it is emission spectrum. Now why continuous? So for understanding this one, we have to now observe this spectrum carefully. So suppose this is the band, okay, suppose this is the band or this is the spectrum. So if we observe it carefully, then we could notice here that whenever the violet color has ended, from the end point indigo color has been started. Where it ends here, the blue color has been started. That means all the colors are actually overlapped, a little bit overlapped between each other. So all of them are diffused in nature. All of them are diffused in nature, and no separation we can see between these colors. No separating places you could see here. And for this reason, for this purpose, this is called a continuous spectrum. Clear? For this reason, it is called continuous spectrum, because all of them are diffused here and no separating spaces we can observe between them. That's why it is the example of continuous spectrum. Clear? So next one is discontinuous spectrum or the line spectrum. Next is discontinuous spectrum, or also it is called line spectrum. Okay, so just first I am coming to the example, so it will be cleared from there. Okay, so first of all we have to take an excited source. Okay, and the source could be here just like an excited solid compound, just like the crystal. The crystal often is solid compound. If it is heated, okay, then from the vapors it could emit light. So that emitted light, whenever we are passing it through the prism, and again it is falling on the, after splitting, when it is falling on the photographic plate, so there we could see the pattern of the spectrum. So first I am taking here a Bunsen flame. Suppose this is a Bunsen burner. Okay, and we have taken the crystal of a sodium compound. So the crystal of a sodium compound like NaCl, okay, any sodium compound crystal is taken and it is heated in the Bunsen flame. It is heated in the Bunsen flame. So now whenever it is heated here, so the flame, the vapors obtained from here, that will emit light. So now the light that is emitting from here is allowed to pass through a prism. So from prism there will be the splitting of light. Okay, there will be the splitting of light. I think it is clear from the board. So here it will split into two separate lines or two different lines. Now there is the photographic plate. So these two lines, they will now fall on the photographic plate. So we could see two bright lines here. The other part is black. Okay, so in between two bright lines you can see here at two different wavelengths. One is 5896 angstrom, another one is 5890 angstrom. So these two bright lines that we have got here are separated by this black or this darkened spaces, right? This black or this darkened spaces. So this type of spectrum is called line spectrum, because we have got two bright lines, right, and that are not continuous, because if both of them have no separation between them, at that case only we can say that they are continuous. But as they are having spaces between them, so these are the example of discontinuous spectrum or line spectrum. Clear? So this is the example of line spectrum. As well as hydrogen. Whenever we heat hydrogen gas that has been placed in a discharge tube at a very low pressure, and when electric discharge or when electric discharge is passed through the tube, then it starts glowing or it starts emitting light. So that emitting light, whenever it is passed through the prism or whenever it is observed through the help of spectrometer, so there we could get the spectrum for hydrogen also, and the spectrum for hydrogen is also an example of line spectrum. Okay, so this is the example. So I think it is clear from the diagram. Okay, so next we are seeing the next type. So this is complete. The emission spectrum is complete here. So now we are going to the next type, that is absorption spectrum. So for observing the absorption spectrum carefully, first you have to take the continuous electromagnetic radiation. Okay, the continuous electromagnetic radiation you have to take first. After that, that radiation you have to pass through a solution of any substance. Suppose the solution of sodium chloride, solution of any other compound like this. The radiation that should be passed initially in between or through the solution or through the vapors of an element. Okay, vapors means what? That the element that is heated and that is gaseous in nature. So the radiation that should have been passed through the solution or through the gas or through the vapor. So after passing through the solution or through the vapor, the spectrum, the radiation we are getting, okay, that radiation is then analyzed through the help of spectrometer or through the help of spectrograph. Spectrograph is actually the pattern that is called spectrograph. So then when we are observing that radiation that has been passed through the solution or through the vapors of an element, so that radiation or that pattern, that is called absorption spectrum. Why it is called absorption spectrum? It will be clear from the diagram. Suppose again sodium chloride I have taken. Okay, this is the solution, aqueous solution, that means water solution of NaCl, and here there is the Suppose sunlight. Okay, sunlight means continuous radiation. So which contains a continuous radiation. So when the light is allowed to pass through the solution of NaCl, okay, so now the radiation that is coming through the solution, this is called absorption radiation, because the radiations that has been absorbed by the NaCl, that will be missed from the spectrum. So next, this radiation is allowed to pass through the prism, and then it has been recorded in the spectrum. So here we could see, so up in the photographic plate we could see, as it was a continuous spectrum, so there will be all colored lines will be there. Okay, all colored lights will be there, but only in case of sodium chloride, the two wavelengths are that I have discussed before. One is 5896 angstrom and second one is 5890 angstrom. So only two lines that will be darkened, and that will be found at those two wavelengths. One for, so here the drawing will be like this. Every part is lightened except the two. These two are darkened. One is at 5896 angstrom and the second one is at 5890 angstrom. Okay, only these two colored lights are missing. These two radiations are missing, because whenever the light has been passed through the sodium chloride solution, the sodium chloride or the crystal of sodium that has absorbed the two radiations, of wavelength of these two. Okay, and that's why the spectrum that we are getting after this absorption by NaCl, that will show this type of pattern where all the part is lightened except these two. Okay, so this is the example of absorption spectrum. Okay, so next, in our next class, we will see the spectrum for hydrogen, that is the line spectrum, as well as we will discuss about Bohr's model of atom. Okay, so I think everything is clear for you all. Okay, so write the notes in your copy. Okay, so today our class is over here. Thank you everyone. Have a good day.